You are 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Here we are today, April the 6th, 2026. It's a big day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 401 Sports World show uh, on the 401 Sports World Network on YouTube. You also can follow us on Mr. 411 on TikTok and Instagram. It's a big day here. The final four. We're down to the championship game. UConn, and Michigan. The calculator is in the house, ready to break it all down. What's up, calculator?
Hey, greetings and salutations. Once again, we've been with the people all through this tournament. Of course, it's easy to keep coming back. When your bracket's doing fairly well. So, hey, the team we picked from the first episode of this journey is still in it, and that's all we can ask for at this point.
Yes, sir. Very good. Yep. Michigan and UConn, man. UConn is a team that's been around, been in the mix a couple years here, looking to win another championship, looking to really solidify themselves as a dynasty if they get this victory.
Yep.
And then Michigan is trying to get back in it. We have to go way back into the day, even before the Fab Five. We have to get back to like '89, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
because the Fab Five, they made it to the finals twice, but lost.
Right.
And of course, just like they did, they lost to Blue Bloods, lost to a Duke, lost to a North Carolina. And then now they got another Blue Blood in UConn. So can Michigan get the Blue Blood monkey off the proverbial back, so to speak? So we'll see if we can do that.
Yeah, we'll definitely find out tonight. So yeah, calculator. What we're gonna do today? We're gonna break down the matchup. We have some questions here that need to be answered by the calculator, and then anything else we'll add to that. But we're gonna get into this matchup. Let's start off calculator with injuries because that always plays a role in the tournament. What are some of the key injuries you're looking at?
And the odd thing is, it's both sides. It is what is crazy is the best player in the country, in my opinion. Yeah, we know Boozer was player of the year, but I think as far as take all these wonderful freshmen out, the Big Ten player of the year, best player on Michigan, Lendeborg, not only did he have a left ankle sprain, I didn't even know he had that MCL sprain. So he had the double dose. I don't know if anybody watched that Arizona game. He was just lumbering back and forth. Looked like me at the end of a 5K, right? Just trotting in there, trying to finish the game. But he was still hitting 3-pointers, which was crazy. But they didn't need him, as it showed out, so they were able to sit him most of that second half. But he said after the game, he says, you're going to have to amputate the leg before you would miss this game. And I'm telling you, with the way they have, the training equipment now, your own, multiple training rooms, different things. I think they're going to work enough to where he's going to be healthy enough to play. 100%. No, not going to be 100%. But his type of game, he doesn't really need to be 100% because he's one of those bigger guys, post down low. He can be, and what he was in that Arizona game after the injury, besides those three, he was almost like a decoy. You had to respect him. That's why, in my opinion, he shot those 2 threes. He says, "Hey, you're not going to leave me alone. I can shoot the 3." So that's why I think, even though he's injured, I think he still can be a big part of the game, whether as a decoy or as a thing. I really don't think it's going to change what Michigan does because Michigan has so many other good players that can play. The point guard said it at halftime of that Arizona game, Cadeau. He said, "Hey, we have a starting lineup of 9 people." And it looked like it because every guy they throw out there was either hitting a 3 or driving to the basket. I mean, these guys are deep, and even though they're missing their backup point guard, who they've been still doing again, and now it looks like they're not going to have the 100% Lendeborg. They still have the better overall team in Michigan. So that's one injury on the Michigan side that we're going to have to take into account when we handicap the game. On the other side, hey, UConn's coming in, and you would think, nope, solo ball. The guy, in my opinion, yes, we know Mullins hit those 2 threes. Yes, we know Carabin hit a late 3. Yes, we know Reed was, doing his normal thing. But Ball was the X factor in that UConn Illinois game. He right when Illinois was making their run at the end, who was it at the end that did that dunk at the end to kind of they said the Mullins three was a dagger, but I think that kind of was the dagger because it took away all that Illinois momentum and went there. But if you think about it, though, Ball hasn't been 100% most of the year. He kind of got hurt mid-January, had forearm injury. He's played through it. Now he's got the foot sprain. I think I would be more worried about a foot sprain for someone like Ball, who's a drive type guy, and they're going to need defense against Michigan. So he's going to have to. It's going to. I think that's what's really going to. I really think the Ball injury is going to affect UConn more than Lendeborg to Michigan, just because Michigan has all these other good players. UConn's really not as deep as Michigan. So I think that Ball injury is really going to affect the UConn game. And unfortunately, tell you the truth though, Mr. 411, when all said and done, I don't think a healthy Ball with UConn can still compete with a limping Michigan at this point, because Michigan showed what they could do against Arizona even without Lendeborg. They just have so many other keys that can beat you. And another thing about UConn, even if that Lendeborg or some other people aren't hitting threes, what can Michigan do? They can body you up and beat you in the paint. They showed against Arizona. Arizona, the best team in the paint throughout the tournament. Michigan, not only did they shut them down from the defensive side, they were able to score at will in the paint against a much bigger Arizona team. So, yeah, but when injuries come into turn, I really think that it's going to affect UConn more than Michigan at this point.
Okay. All right. Well, can it be made up within the coaching round?
There we go. This is a great. Okay, so what did we do with the injury front? We're going to give the advantage to Michigan, thinking I think Ball injury is going to hurt more than. So that's a check mark into the Michigan. This one, I really think it's all. How can you really compare Dan Hurley to Dustin May, right? Hurley has proven time and time again when he gets in the tournament, he knows how to coach him up. So if you're going just X's and O's, just motivate, just fiery on the field, hey, Dan Hurley has the check mark for the UConn, and I think that is what's going to keep UConn close in the first half. Personally, even though I think Dan Hurley's far and away a better coach, again, personnel is going to make this game. But if you want to just strict coaching, I'm going to give the advantage to Dan Hurley in this one.
All right. And he's going for it. He's going for that dynasty.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then let's get into some of these matchups, calculator. That's the meat of this thing. How does Michigan win, man? If someone's laying it down for Michigan, how does Michigan win?
Michigan wins if they can guard UConn's perimeter players. And what I mean is Alex Caravan, Braylon Mullins, solo ball, we talked about. That's why I think solo ball playing will be huge. They were a handful for that Illinois team, right? So because it wasn't just them; they were running all around the court and just trying to tire Illinois in. The bad thing about when I say bad thing, what's going to hurt UConn is Michigan's deep, so they'll just keep running new guys out there if people get tired trying to chase all these people. So yeah, I think as long as the Wolverines can use that length to guard the UConn perimeter players, because I think that's what kind of hurt Illinois at the end. They got tired. They got fatigued at the end chasing them all the guys. Because if you saw the first half of 3-point percentage, UConn had hands in the face, wasn't making they started getting their threes at the end of the game. But I think Michigan will be able to guard the UConn players, because I'm telling you, Michigan wins with how not only defending, but how they can score. Michigan can beat you in a bevy of ways. They can shoot threes like they did against Arizona. They can just beat you up inside like they did the first two games of the tournament if the threes aren't falling. They're just whatever's not working, they'll just go to another one. And I think, but the main key is the only way, and we'll get that to UConn, but if Michigan guards those UConn players, I think it's going to be a long game for UConn. Because let me tell you, if you just take the backcourt of what Arizona had and the backcourt of UConn, Arizona is much better, and Michigan found a way to stop those guys. So that's why I don't know. It could be a long day for that backcourt of Mullins and Ball, even if Ball plays, but Caravan, because Caravan's one of those tweeners. He can play in the backcourt, he can play in the front court, whichever mismatch he can find. But yeah, Michigan wins if they can guard UConn's perimeter players.
All right. And if they cannot, I guess that's how UConn can win, unless you have some more to add to that.
Nope, that's it. That's the key right there. So okay, so UConn wins. They got to make the shots again. Braylon Mullins has to make the shots. Caravan has to make the shots. You can't have Caravan have another game like these past two games because Duke and Illinois. This is the first time I've seen Illinois. Okay, Duke, they go in these lulls where they don't score a lot. Sometimes they can go in these droughts. That's allowed UConn to kind of chip away at it. Well, what happened with Illinois is Illinois, they could not turn UConn over. But if you look at the whole season as a whole, and go back to the beginning of our show when we talked about Achilles heels for teams that we like. We liked Illinois in our bracket. Heck, we had Illinois going to the Final Four, right? So, or not Final Four. We had them going in that region. So we had them going to Final Four. But we said the one thing is they didn't cause a lot of turnovers. Michigan can cause turnovers just with their sheer length and if they apply pressure from the get go. So that's why I think if UConn can stay away from that, can make the shots, they need Terrace Reed Jr. to stay on the court. And thanks to the research department and the producers, Terrence Reed, former Michigan player, right? You might think that he's in there. Thanks to the 411 research department, put that in there. It's in the comments, folks. But he's got to stay on the court. The only thing is the difference, if you saw that game, he started wearing down at the end, whether it was foul trouble or just general fatigue. He's got to take on Johnson Jr. He's got to take on Mara in there. I mean, they're going to throw 2 7-footers at Michigan or at UConn this time. So if Terrence Reed, he has to stay out of foul trouble. The 3-pointers have to shoot the ball, and they cannot turn over the ball. Those are the 3 things. I'm telling you right now, if they have they had 2 droughts against Illinois, but again, Illinois just wasn't hitting shots and wasn't turning over. If UConn has any scoring drought of more than 4 to 5 minutes, Michigan, that's when they're going to pull away. So UConn, that's why they have to hit their shots because they cannot afford to have any of those scoring droughts. They have shown consistency throughout this tournament. They've been lucky to overcome them because some of the teams that were playing have had scoring droughts. Michigan has had 0 scoring droughts in this tournament. Matter of fact, one of the toughest games Michigan had was in that first round with the team. They were just hitting 3-point after a 3-pointer to keep them in the game. But then as soon as they hit that scoring drought in the second half, Michigan pulled away. In Arizona, unfortunately, Arizona had their scoring drought at the beginning of the game. What did Michigan do? They pulled away and never looked back. So UConn, and watch those little droughts they always put on there. If they go 5 minutes without a field goal or 5 minutes without scoring, I guarantee you Michigan will, if it's a close game, that's where it goes to double digits right there. So it's all going to be about runs for UConn. Can they make their shots, keep tearing, and how do you not go in a scoring drought? You give it to the best player who's been on the field for your team, Terrence Reed Jr. But see, Terrence Reed Jr., he's going to have his hands full with that Michigan front court this game.
Yeah. Man, this is a mega matchup. A lot on the line here, obviously. And not just win a national championship, but a dynasty is possible here.
Yep.
But we're going to get to it, man. I mean, this is the question everybody wants to answer to, Calculator. Who wins tonight?
Okay. Hey, so we talked about the keys to each team winning. Who can actually employ their game plan? And when I have 2 teams first of all, I have a big feeling about it. And I'm going to be going. I got to go with my heart and my mind on this one. Considering we did pick Michigan at the beginning, I think this is a dream matchup for Michigan. Michigan would have had their hands full against Duke. Michigan would have had their hands full against Illinois, who they've had tough battles with during the Big C. But I think they just match up so well against this UConn team. That just because they can throw so many things at them, and Caravan is going to have his big night. Terrence Reed's going to have his big night, and Mullins is going to have. All 3 of those guys have never put it together in a game, and I just don't see how they're going to do it with one of the better defensive teams still in the tournament. So yeah, I think Michigan wins, and I'm telling you, this is what's going to be the difference as far from a point spread. It's on it. We put it in our primo to the show on our show description. It's 6.5 tonight in Vegas. I think it might stay 6.5 through the first half. If UConn might be able to keep, but I'm telling you. And I think it's going to be free throws could be a big thing. There has been a huge free throw discrepancy in UConn. UConn fouls all the time. And you know what? What has hurt Duke? What it hurt Illinois trying to get back. They miss free throws. Michigan won't miss free throws. Michigan will make their free throws, and Michigan doesn't foul a lot as far as putting Connecticut on the line. So yeah, I think the free throws discrepancy is what actually gets them over the point spread. Hey, if you take free throws out of it, I think Michigan still wins, but I think free throws. I really think Michigan, because Michigan, they've been in the 90s all tournament. I don't see how that goes with, even if they're in the 80s. I don't think UConn has the offense to get over 70 with that length of Michigan. So that's why I say, regardless, even if Michigan's having a bad night and UConn's having a regular night, Michigan would have to have a bad night. UConn would have to have a phenomenal night for them to win. But hey, I just don't think Michigan wins. And folks, if you want that little friendly wager out there, the calculator thinks Michigan wins comfortably. Swallow the 6.5. I'm calling a double-digit win again for the Wolverines as they basically finish what they started at the beginning of the year. Because, hey, focus, Michigan caught everybody's eye in that preseason tournament in Vegas, right? When they killed Gonzaga. Whatever team, they beat them by 20 to 30 points. Gonzaga, Mark Few, Hall of Fame coach, folks. I think
right.
didn't he just get into the Hall of Fame, Mr. 411? Mark Few said, hey, when Michigan plays Michigan ball, there's no team in the country that can compete with Michigan. And that's when Gonzaga had their best player still playing. That's when Gonzaga was still Gonzaga. This wasn't the Gonzaga that went out in the second round. This was the Gonzaga that had Huff on the field and had all, was full strength, and Michigan just blew them out the water. Yeah. Michigan wins, double digits, calling it, swallow the 6.5, because not only does Michigan win, Michigan wins comfortably.
All right. Well, you heard that there from the calculator. The Michigan Wolverines, a team that you was high on from the very beginning here.
Oh, yeah.
And they're here for the last one. And should be a good one. Should be fun. But, hey, we're looking for Michigan to kind of win this one. We're going to say comfortably, but we're going to definitely go with the victory and the points, as you said there, calculator. All right.
And then the 411 bracket cashes in, right? So hey, that's why we say, hey, we just put it out there. If you don't believe us, we picked Michigan at the beginning. Hey, can't go against them now, right, Mr. 411?
Hey, that's right. And guess what? If they don't believe us, calculator, all they got to do is go back to the previous episodes. Make sure you go to 411 Sports World Network on YouTube. It's right there across the bottom of the screen.
That's how we keep our receipts, right, Mr. 411?
Absolutely. We put we put it out there. You know what I'm saying? It's out there, it's on record. So we do that. We're bold like that. And how can everybody follow us, man?
Hey, like, subscribe, notify. You can get on Instagram. Hey, I if you're the 411 crowd, if you're the young crowd like at Peach County High School, you can follow Mr. 411 on TikTok. We have Mr. 411's out there everywhere. And hey, and on YouTube, 411 Sports World Network, like, subscribe, notify. Hey, and we want you to share. Hey, Mr. 411, why do we want to share with the people?
In the words of Larry, sharing is caring. That's what we want. All right?
Shout out to the LT. That's right. Sharing is caring, folks. So yeah, like, subscribe, notify. Because hey, me and Mr. 411 were talking earlier on today. We were texting back and forth. And he said, hey, do you want to go out and talk to the people tonight? I said, hey, let's see if we can make it happen. But hey, you wouldn't know it unless you like, subscribe, and notify, right? So yeah, that's why right. You got to get that notification button, because you never know when me and Mr. 411 will pop up. We'll pop up when we can.
That's right. You never know. We pop out. We pop up and show out. That's right. What we do. All right. Well, appreciate it, calculator.
Absolutely.
Diving in real quick. I know you're gonna prepare for the game and everything, and have everything so we can break down the championship game.
That's right. All right. Hey, I already got the soft pretzels and cheddar cheese melted, ready for the game to start. So it'll be nice and heated and ready to go.
And guess what, calculator? I can't wait to throw a couple slices of this viral pizza from Domino's.
Oh, okay.
It's one of them. It's got the bacon in it. It's got the Philly cheesesteak in there and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. It was only $9.99.
Hey, pizza and championship basketball doesn't get much better than that, Mr. 411.
Especially when you put it in the air fryer. And the air fryer does wonders.
Yeah. I hear you, Mr. 411.
You just can't put it in there too long. Then you're in trouble.
That's all right.
Got to be just right. You got to time it just right, just like the astronauts.
Yeah, because that air fryer, it keeps that crust like it came out of the oven from the establishment, right? So yeah, air fryer is definitely a good way to go.
Absolutely. Like I said, the timing is everything on that. Just like these astronauts trying to get around this moon. Timing is everything, right? Can't
Yeah,
mistime that. All
that's
right.
right. That's right.
All right. Well, what we're doing is just as astronomical. It's just as amazing. Doing this bracket. It's just as amazing as the astronauts going out to space and looping the moon and coming back, man. All right. It
Yep.
takes that same amount of odds to get this bracket right. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Well,
you did a great job, calculator.
in the history, there's never been a perfect bracket. So there's never been a perfect bracket. We try to do our best to get the best bracket we can.
There
And
you go.
the first thing you can get, you have to get the winner. Because if you don't have the winner, you don't have a chance. And at least we have a chance, Mr. 411.
All right. All right. Well, thank you, calculator. And we thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you do all those fun things for us. I was going across the bottom of that screen. Like, subscribe, notification bell, and share because sharing is caring. And we will catch you all on the other side. Have a great one. Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game, folks. See ya.